fight or two. I don't know. You guys look like you've never been in a fight in your life, you know. But you know, I want to talk a little bit about what went on in LA and kind of how did we get to this point of the fight. We look at this video, guys. I just want to ask you a couple things first. And Isiah, I know you were talking a little bit about the officiating, but on this play, it just hit me that, okay, here we have a play that's leading up to the fight ending. See, he gets that call, but he's not thrown out the game. The second play, it seems that that's a charge on Tucker. I'm not sure, but it's a physical play, and you see the Houston Rockets starting to get upset. Now, third, you know, if it wasn't a backstop, who knows how far Ingram would have gone back. And I don't know if that's an offensive foul or not, Zeke. And could you, you know, right now in every barbershop and, you know, everybody, the water cooler talk is about this. So just a couple questions to throw out to you guys. Was the suspensions warranted? Was it enough? Should have been more? And how did we get to this point?
Well, A, the suspensions were warranted. B, how did we get to this point? I think what has happened in the game right now, the offense used to absorb all of the physicality from the defense.
Okay.
So they legislated rules, right, to give the offensive player the advantage.
Okay.
Now the offensive player is initiating all the contact. Damn, they swinging right now.
That was right. Right. Because I didn't get to the.
Wait, I guess the highlight ain't going with what we talking about.
No. Yeah, let's
the swing.
I think I sped up. Let me get to the to Hagler Hearns 2 right here. But Zeke, well, let me go back to this too. Yeah. Well, and if you could include in that commentary, was it spitting? How would that affect you?
Well, he definitely spit, right? Okay. Spit was on camera, right? And anytime you spit on somebody, okay, that's license to retaliate.
Yes, it is.
I thought Chris Paul, you know, did a good job in kind of holding himself back after he got washed. Because once he got washed, you know, then he put his finger in his face.
Right. Some man tried to grab an eyeball.
No, when you get washed, hey man, even in the court of law, right? They say if somebody spit on you, right?
You swing.
You have a legal right to defend yourself. That is the law, right? And I thought Chris Paul did a good job in restraining himself and not really, like, you know, going full-fledged right after the wash. Because as soon as you get washed, your first reaction is to bam, right? He went with the finger, and then Rondo threw the jab, and then it was all bets off.
Yeah. I think look, they got suspended. They should have got suspended. I mean, in our league now, you can't throw punches. I remember the first time they suspended back when we played, when I got in the league, they didn't suspend you. They threw you out of the game for fighting, but that was it. The first time they suspended Lonnie Shelton, Buck Williams.
Oh, when Lonnie chased them up to the
Lonnie chased them all around. That was one guy you didn't mess with, Lonnie Shelton. Let me tell you something. All that fighting, you waited for a lot of people to get between you. Said, "You're lucky they're all standing here."
He's holding me back. Yeah, exactly.
But once they started taking away your game checks, everybody quit doing that. Like, these guys are going to lose some significant money by having their game checks taken away. But I agree with you. I think that the offense is such an advantage right now. Look, you're playing defense, you're competitive. You come into me, you know, and you just take your shoulder and just run it through my chest, and they call the foul on me. Then you're looking down at me like, take some of that. That's just going to get frustration is going to build up, and eventually it just came out. You know, I think Ingram. I mean, look at James. I coach James. That guy, he runs over people all the time. And, you know, that was the semi-closed line right there. Yeah. That kind of started a lot of the stuff.
But, that looked like you and Randy.
Yeah. But again, like I said, I just think the rules are so in favor of the offense right now. It's frustrating for players.
And when you take your shoulder and you putting it into that defender, right? And then, like, this was like a linebacker, like, you know.
Oh, no question.
I mean, this was the defender now is taking and absorbing all of the hits.
Right.
And now that the defender is absorbing all of the physicality, right? And then that offensive player who is administering the physicality, not only is he administering the physicality, he's also, administering the verbal abuse. So we're not hearing what Harden walked by and said to Ingram, right? We're not hearing what Paul was saying to Rondo when he was, giving him fists over the ground after he'd knocked him down.
Right.
So the physical abuse that's occurring from the offensive player right now, the referees have got to start calling offensive fouls. Right. They got to start calling the push-offs. They got to start calling the elbow into the shoulder, the forearm. Those aren't basketball moves. That is get out of my way. If James Harden would have tried that move on the playground, right?
Oh, yeah.
He would be in a fight.
Yeah.
He would be in a fight.
Well,
outside, he would be in a fight. In the NBA, it's a foul.
Right? They stopped. Remember, everybody did it. Reggie used to get away with to kick your leg out, have the guy running. I'll kick the guy as you're shooting. James, as he's running down the floor, if you're running even with him, he runs India.
Yeah.
I mean, he veers India. He's strong as an ox. I mean, he knocked Ingram out. But, you know, James could have easily just gone with his left hand and laid that one in. Ingram's, but he looks for contact. If they're going to allow guys to look for that much contact and call the foul in the defense, you're going to have some issues out there. And that was, but hey, I'm glad someone was trying to play defense because the scores in our league right now.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Oh yeah. About
we'll talk about
170
that later,
and 160.
yeah.
And